Welcome, everyone, to the Art Lounge Alley. This is going to be Figure Drawing Basics Part 50. I am your host. I am going to jump into today's sesh in just a second. But first, just a little announcement. Tonight at 9 p.m. there's going to be a special intro. So make sure you stick around after. And this is going to be really fun. It's something that I've been brewing for a little bit. And actually, it connects with something that, an event that happened over the weekend, a while ago. And just wanted to talk about it more and bring you guys more info about it. So tune in at 9 p.m. tonight to find out what it is. But for now, I'm going to introduce newcomers to the Patreon page. This is it. It's going to be a quick overview. If you guys would like to see a little bit more in-depth discussion about it, check back in. I will be doing a more extensive intro about the Patreon page, about each of these tiers in the future. But for now, it's just going to be a quick one so I could jump into today's stream. So starting off with Tier 1 official patron, pretty affordable, $2 per month. You get access to the Discord server. And your name is going to be listed in the credits. I'm going to be doing credits at the end of the stream once you guys start pledging. And your name is going to be there as a thank you for keeping the stream going. Next, we got Tier 2 All Access Patrons, $5 per month. You get early access to finished pages and exclusive content, work in progress, behind the scenes, and all the previous tier benefits. Then we got Tier 3 Critique Submissions here. This is where it gets fun. For $15 per month, you guys have the opportunity to submit your work to the Art Lounge Alley and have a critique live on stream every Friday. It's going to be from 8 until 10, and I'm going to be critiquing different type of work, different submissions throughout the stream. So read through it. There's some things you guys should know before submitting. Next, we got Kickstarter patrons, $25 per month. For those of you who are going to be part of the Art Lounge Alley, it's $25 per month. You will have a high-resolution digital painting done of you. I encourage you guys to have masks, to wear masks, to have makeup, glasses, expressive face expressions, just ways to make your portrait more fun and interesting and bring out your self-expression. But it's not required. You could send me a photo of you from your head down to your chest, and I will be doing a live digital painting of you that I will send you once it's complete for you to do as you wish. You could make it your social media profile photo. You could submit it to a loved one. It's yours to keep once it's done, and you can do whatever you'd like. You will also get all the previous tier benefits as well. Then we got Tier 4. Oh, just a quick note. You could just submit it once and cancel before the next month to make sure you're not charged again. Next, we got Tier 4 Artist Promotion, $25 per month. This is also open to just being a one-time submission. You get 5-minute airtime at the beginning of the stream. So if you're an artist, you're intermediate or advanced artist, you want to promote your work, you want to showcase whatever it is that you got cooking to the audience. As I might have mentioned previously, I post to all the social media platforms you guys could see in the About section of the Twitch channel. So when you guys submit, I will be promoting you on all the social media platforms before and at the beginning of the stream, before I play your 5-minute video that you got to submit in order to be on the stream. There's some things to read about. It's pretty important. There's some info there. If you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. I will be more than happy to answer them and give you a better idea of what's going on. And then finally, we got Tier 5 Private Tutoring. Pretty self-explanatory. It's 15 spots open, $65 per month. And for this, you get 4 videos per month. So 1 video per week, personalized just for you. You got to submit something that you're working on. And this is open to all skill levels, so you could be a beginner all the way up to advanced, and I will help you improve your work, give you some ideas, give you a critique on your work, give you some perspective, and just help you in general improve your craft, improve your drawing, and your techniques. whatever pretty much else you got that you want to improve on. I will be including that in the video, as well as I'll be sending you a PSD file that I will be showing in the video of how you can improve, what you could do to improve your drawing, for you to explore at your own pace, at your own time. And you will also have an exclusive Discord channel dedicated to you. So all the 15 members who are going to pledge to this tier, you guys are going to have your own Discord channel, and you could send me messages, you could leave me comments, you could leave me your progress, and I will write you back and talk about it in the next video that I'm going to send you. And you will get all the previous tier benefits as well. So that pretty much sums it up, y'all. As I mentioned, if you guys got questions, send them away. Send them in chat, send them through other social media. I'll be more than happy to answer them. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's jump into the stream. So am I still going? Am I still moving along with this book? Let's look through. So for those of you who are tuning in from yesterday, you guys know, but for those of you who are new, the goal was to fill up the sketchbook as much as possible, every single page, every single empty spot, with different type of drawings, but to make sure and use up as much of the space as possible. Ooh, this brings up a new thing as a reminder for those of you who are interested in the Patreon page. These pages are available. So this is an excellent way for you to understand anatomy, for you to be able to understand the head as a unit of measurement, for you to be able to understand proportion, and how all the parts of the body relate to one another and how they can be measured using the head as a unit of measurement. These are two excellent pages that you should, and I highly encourage you guys, especially those of you who are learning the figure and those of you who are intermediate as well, to draw this in your sketchbook. And some of you are going to ask why is that important? Well, you can always flip back to it. So let's say you're drawing something on this page and you are not sure. You're like, I forgot, how long is the torso supposed to be? You could always flip back, right? You flip back and you could be like, all right, two heads high from the neck down to the waist. That's how long it is. And it's two heads across. So you flip back to your image, you compare, you see, okay, I need to adjust this or that or the other. So it's a really useful tool. You could always refer to it in your sketchbook. You could learn from it, and it's not enough to just draw it once, especially if you're practicing, especially if you're trying to understand anatomy. Just do it as many times as possible. Just the same way as continuously reading books, you get better at reading. It's the same idea here. Continuously practicing the figure, continuously drawing out these diagrams, you will grasp the concept more and more. You'll internalize the unit of measurements more and more. You'll remember that the torso is 3 heads wide, including the shoulders, 2 heads when it comes to the height. And also, to summarize it even more so, it's pretty much 4 heads for the upper part of the body, 4 heads for the bottom part of the body. It could be simplified into 2 and 2 heads for the upper part as well. So it just allows you to understand the figure in a more simplistic way, rather than it being just this kind of intuitive and hopeful process where you're just drawing and you're like, I hope this turns out right, I hope it looks right. You're kind of eliminating that by having a solid understanding of anatomy, of proportion, and moving on to better and bigger and better things, right? You could start actually creating characters, creating scenes, creating more interesting poses, that sort of thing. So it's a really good page. I also have other pages like this available for you guys to download, to print if you're doing it traditionally, to have it by your side, to copy, to draw over and over again, as well as, let's see here, these figure drawing pages. It could get a little daunting, drawing the same page over and over again. It's good to come back to it. It's good to come back to these and draw them again. But you could take a break and draw other stuff. You could draw other figures. Challenge yourself to draw out these poses using these simple forms, using these simple shapes. And this page just demonstrates the process of starting out with these basic shapes, connecting them all together, building on them, giving it more definition. This is a little bit more defined. You could see it more, but usually it's a lot lighter to make it easier for you guys to draw on top of, right? Like if you are sketching it out, it's better that it is incredibly light so it doesn't show up in the second process, third process, fourth process. But this is just there to demonstrate it, and how you could eventually just shape things out as well. If you draw lightly, you could start pressing a little bit harder on areas where you want to define these simple forms to a more realistic shape. Try to add the curves and little definitions here and there. Define the legs more. As you could see underneath this, there was this basic shape, pretty solid, pretty straight, but then starting to add more curvature to it to bring it out and make it even more realistic. So yeah, those are definitely great tools, great pages to refer to learn from, and they're available. Starting with tier 2 on the Patreon page. All right, y'all. So I'm going to continue to fill up the remainder of this page. Not too thrilled with it. I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to cover up all these sections with figure drawings. There are some pages where there's empty space, but that's because I'm going to be uploading it for you guys to draw from, to have more content to draw from. And pretty much that's going to do it. I might add something here as well. Something small. Fill up this page. And that's going to be it for the sketchbook. As far as figure drawing goes, I'm going to be still coming back for these panels, to ink them, to color them, that sort of thing. But pretty sure I'm going to start a new page, new sketchbook rather. And that's either going to be today or tomorrow. And with that is going to come new lessons. I'm going to start drawing new stuff. Things that you guys have seen in the sketchbook, like hands, different hand poses, different hand positions, for you guys to grasp. On this page, I will try to draw more head examples. I was kind of close yesterday, actually, when I was trying to identify what this music theme is, or like what category it is, and it's chill hop, which makes sense. It's kind of like a mix between hip hop and chill music, and I do like that. It's actually a nice mix. So in this example, I'm just showing you guys the angle of everything, or rather the 3 dimensions of the face. And that really helps with shadowing. Just understanding where the shadows would be. You know, if we got the light source coming from the top and the angle of the camera is from the bottom, then parts that are protruding will cast a shadow anything below them. So for instance, the nose right here, right? This is kind of like the plane of it, the surface plane of it at the top is going to cast a shadow, and therefore anything underneath it is going to be pretty much in the shadow. Then we got the upper lip, and the upper lip curves inwards. So that's also going to cast a shadow underneath itself. Next we got the lip. The bottom part of the lip protrudes out, so it's going to cast a shadow underneath it. So it may seem a little bit too dark here. I'm just going to indicate that this line kind of just shows how there's an angle. Things are tilted. And how everything kind of follows that direction. Now, a couple of things to note here is one of the main points in this perspective is the iris. When you draw the iris and it's in 3/4 view, it's never going to be fully round. So this is the eye right here. 3/4 view. It's not going to be a perfect circle. It's just the more it turns, the more that shape becomes narrow, more and more narrow. And it's going to be a mistake to draw it as a perfect circle. It's just going to throw off the entire perspective, really. So things tend to become more of an oblong shape. So the pupil and the iris take on more of an oblong shape as the eye turns further away from the camera. And notice how underneath the eye, it follows the line of the brow. Like it's parallel to it. It's not going downwards. There are lots of parallel lines, like this line right here for the nose. It's parallel to the nose, the bridge of the nose, the line of the bridge of the nose, and the line of the brows as well. And that consistency really what brings out the right perspective. all those things together create the right perspective. When one of them falls apart, everything else kind of falls apart. There isn't a way to escape it. You know, you have to make sure that they follow that pattern. And these lines right here just demonstrate more planes. You know, you got this plane right here, you got this other plane right here, and this plane as well. And understanding it three-dimensionally, as I mentioned, it really allows you to sculpt the figure better, with better understanding. So I'm going to try to do the demonstration of the head on top of this one. In that same view, So there's a lot of repeating parallel lines. Like if you look at the top of the lip right here, the inner part, the inside part of the nose, so underneath the nostrils, underneath the tip of the nose, that line right there is pretty much parallel to the top part of the lip as well. And you can see this line right here just to demonstrate how there's another plane that's kind of creating another plane underneath the brow. So that's something that you would have to consider when you're shadowing as well. And all these examples, all these lines are just, once again, to build out the face features or the figure, whatever, three-dimensionally. So you just understand it as a whole as opposed to just drawing lines. You know, you're just drawing some certain things that end up looking like a face or figure or whatever else. But drawing it three-dimensionally, you really have a better grasp of the figure, of the face features. Do another demonstration here of more planes on the face. And notice how this line right here for the eye follows the one next to it. So it's a parallel line that also is parallel to the brow line as well. As I mentioned, the more consistent you are in these parallel lines of the face features or the body, even the more right it looks, perspective-wise, anatomy-wise, proportion-wise. The angle is very, very important. And that's what this line also kind of shows. It defines more of the 3D of the figure. This is the plane line of the nose. This is the other plane on the side right here. Kind of gave him a black eye there. And with that demonstration, I believe I'm gonna finish the sketchbook. This is gonna be it, y'all. So just a brief overview of it. To show you guys. Some live drawing there. Very useful way to understand a figure and also to push yourself to the next level of having to capture all the different lines before the figure moves. Otherwise, everything proportion-wise starts to shift and perspective starts to change a little bit. And that's with just subtle movement. You know, the model really can't be like a mannequin and just sit there without motion. So it's a very challenging way to practice the figure, because it pushes you to really quickly try to understand and make the right lines. You know, there's a sense of urgency when you are drawing from a live model. So it quickens your pace. It makes you focus harder in order to capture the lines in detail faster. So the more often you do it, the better and better it is for your drawing in general. And also you learn a lot about the figure through live drawing as well. So I highly encourage you guys to find something like that, not only for community's sake, not only to meet other artists and connect and talk about that, but an excellent way to really improve your to really improve your drawing. There's a difference, you know, having to be in your apartment or in your house, having to sit comfortably in your own space at your own time and pace and be able to do it, and another thing being outside in the open with other people, sitting down and drawing the figure, knowing that it's going to move or shift at any point. So yeah, it really pushes you to excel in your overall technique, skill, attention to detail, and everything, and puts you into this like hypersensitive mode almost, where you really do have to capture things as quickly as possible. Yeah, just more practices. As you can see, I filled up the pages as much as possible, all the empty space as possible, with all these different type of drawings. And then going forward, you guys will see lots of comic book work from John Buscema's Conan the Barbarian. I'm still going strong with it. It's a goal to finish the entire comic book, draw every single panel, page to page, cover to cover. And more practices of the figure, more demonstrations. And that's pretty much it, y'all. This is it for the sketchbook. Starting tomorrow, there's this page as well, but this is something I used to wipe off the pen brush to make sure that it's not gloppy and all the ink isn't collected at the tip, so it's not really much of a drawing. But yeah, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be opening up a new sketchbook, which I'm pretty excited about, and I will be also drawing new content on there for you guys to check out. So tune in tomorrow, same time and place, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for more drawing basics. I am going to take a 5-minute break, and I will be back for the special intro of the project stream. I'm really excited about it. I think it'll be really fun to introduce this, despite it being slightly bad news. But I'm trying to shed as much good light on it as possible. So yeah, stick around, guys. I will be back in 5 for you guys to see this special intro.